I guess I should introduce myself. Born in 1970, parents called me Stephen Paul Hancock. Had not a bad childhood as such, but a really lousy family life. I came from a household of people that literally made The Simpsons look angelic. Probably the only way I could explain it. Long story short, my mother and father separated when I was 18 months. My mother remarried when I was 5 years old. My mother hated my stepbrother, and my stepbrother hated my mother. My sister hated my stepfather. My stepfather hated my sister. Real happy family. Really, it really was. That was sarcasm, by the way. Now, at 13, I ran away from home because I missed my dad and told that he didn't care about us, but I wanted to see him anyway. And ran away from home. I was taken down to my dad's, and I was actually nicknamed Herbie by new school, new mates. They said, oh, there's this famous musician called Herbie Hancock. He's got this awesome song out called Rocket, so we're just going to call you Herbie. I'm like, okay, sweet. Kind of stuck. In saying that, I worked for a guy for 3 years. Bugged him so much that he finally gave in and gave me a paper run. By the time I'd left, I'd created about 7 or 8 paper runs. And I asked him for a reference. And he comes up to me and says, sorry, Herbie, it took me a couple of days to get this reference for you. I said, oh, that's okay, mate. What happened? He goes, I didn't know your name. I only knew you as Herbie. So my first work reference is Stephen Herbie Hancock. So, now, because of my lovely childhood, we would be looking forward, or my older sister and I would be looking forward to going to visit our dad. And all week, looking forward to it, going to go see Dad, play with Lego, have meat pies, Coca-Cola, yeah, awesome. And Friday, 5 o'clock, my mother told us that he didn't want to see us. Didn't care about us, didn't love us, didn't care at all. And we'd be devastated. So, moping around, miserable, as you would if you've ever been in this situation, you'll probably understand how harsh that is. So, a week later, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we'd be told, oh, your father wants to see you now. But he didn't want to see us last week. Why does he want to see us now? We'd get dropped off at my grandmother's place, which is the drop-off point. And we'd say, where were you last week? You didn't want to see us. And he said, I was sitting here till 10 o'clock at night, waiting to see you. Not something a 5-year-old should ever go through. So I developed what I call my defense mechanism. It's a mechanism that, how would you put this? I'm so intuitive on what you're saying to me that I will listen intently because of, is my mother lying to me or is my father lying to me? I build up this incredible memory system that I could have a conversation with someone and 10 years, 20 years, 30 years later say, no, you were wearing a blue shirt, not a red shirt. Because it was built into my psyche that I had to literally record everything in my mind to work out who was lying to me. One point I was in a relationship with someone, and I am open about my family's problems. And we had some issues. And she convinced me that it was all my fault because her parents were still married and everything was rosy in their household. So I started to believe it. And I started going around a twist. So I then started writing things down. I'd get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and just wake up and start, I said this and you said that, blah, 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 blah. A week later I'd read it back and just go, thank God, it's not me, I'm not going crazy. So I have this uncanny ability to see something and like that, find a fault. Like that, see the discrepancy. Like that, hear the falsehood, the lie. Like that, hear the bullshit. So, when I have conversations with people, I've learned to find people that are truthful and honest. I've learned to find friends that don't fuck me around, don't lie to me and don't bullshit me. And because of that, I've had some very, very strong, very, very awesome friendships throughout my life. Now, the thing is, I can actually watch a television show and find a fault in it like that. I can watch footage of the moon landing and just instantly go, no, that's wrong. Cost me a little bit, because when I was about 13 years old, I actually told my science teacher that he was wrong because he told us the theory of gravity on the moon, and I said, excuse me, sir, you're wrong, to which I got an F. But that's me. If I believe I'm right, I'll stand up for myself. If you tell me that I'm wrong, no chance, because I'm only wrong to you. I know what I saw, I know what I heard, I know what I witnessed, and therefore I know in myself that I am correct. So therefore I'll stand there like a tree trunk. I'll stand there like an oak tree, and nothing will budge me.